At that point, I just knew there is nothing that I can say that's going to make this situation any better. So I'm not even going to engage anymore. But I'm thinking in my mind, what the fuck is wrong with you to say something like that? You know, I know if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, but you're speaking as if you were there and you knew that this woman said something so terrible where this man just snapped and took her life because he had lost his mind. And all of this was just mere assumption. Like, he was like, you know, basically she probably deserved it. And I was just like, you say things and I almost feel like you don't even know that you're saying them because they make you look so questionable as a human being. So in the month of February, my birthday came up. It was February 11th. And usually in relationships, I wait to see if anyone's dropping any little hints here and there about what they're going to do for my birthday. And I most certainly felt like I had worked for my birthday to be a relatively big deal to him. Because on off days, without holidays, without birthdays, I knew that I came through. I knew that I was thorough, I was consistent, and it was my time to shine. I was scheduled to work on my birthday, which was fine, because like what else is new? We're adults. The day before my birthday, he just came over unexpectedly, and he had his little overnight bag with him. And he came into my room. By this time, it's like 8 p.m. at night. Me and the kids have already had dinner. We're all in our pajamas. We're all ready and set for the night, and I've already prepared for work the next day. He comes in, puts his bag down, and I'm just sitting here going through receipts in my purse, cleaning up my purse. And he was like, "What, are you not happy to see me?" And I was like, "No, I'm happy to see you. I wasn't expecting you because you didn't say anything." He sat on my bed and he said to me, "Did you eat? Did you guys eat dinner yet?" Whenever he asked me, did I eat yet? What did we have for dinner? That was his way of saying, if you did not eat, I too am hungry and I want whatever you're cooking or ordering. So he came in hungry with his hand out. So I was like, oh, well, me and the kids ate already. I was like, but everything that I have is frozen in the freezer. I didn't take out any meats to thaw. But if you go and defrost something, I will get up and go make you a meal. So go in the kitchen and see what you want to eat and I'll make it for you. And he was like, why don't you go do it? And I'm just like, honey, I'm in bed with my bra off and my hair wrapped up. I have no intentions on going to that kitchen and cooking anything. Because if I had those intentions, I would have done it already. And I didn't. I ordered dinner for me and the boys because I also had worked that day. And he got an attitude. He just got a whole attitude. And he was just like, fine, I'll go in there and look myself. Okay. So he goes into the kitchen, and as he's gone, I finally get up like, let me just go see what he's asking me to thaw out. Let me just go see what he wants so I can get an idea of what I'm going to put together for him. And as I'm going towards the kitchen, I cross my dining room table and there is a purple orchid on it. Orchids are my favorite flowers. So when I saw the orchid in the vase, I knew it was for me. I knew that he had gotten it for me. And he said, happy birthday. If you're gonna buy me a flower that costs $7.99 from Home Depot, $9.99 at best, you should have gotten like 100 of them and filled my living room with them, because that's what I would have actually deserved. That being my birthday gift, I'm sorry, that wasn't shit. That wasn't shit to me at all. I could have bought that myself and would have bought it myself on any off day, because I always buy myself my own flowers and my own flower arrangements because I enjoy having them. So I was definitely disappointed. And even though I knew that his finances were compromised, my birth date wasn't compromised because it was the same date that I gave him months and months and months ago, and it didn't move and it didn't change. So it just said to me, you never planned at all. So I was like, thank you so much, and gave him a hug. I said it was beautiful, because it was a very beautiful orchid. And he was like, this is actually the reason I was trying to get you out of your room to go, in the dining room or towards the kitchen. I wanted you to see this. I wanted to surprise you. I'm not saying orchids are not beautiful plants, but I am saying this is the equivalent of your toddler ripping out a dandelion out of the grass and bringing it to you. It actually means more coming from a toddler, because they see this as beautiful. I was not impressed. Sorry, I was not impressed. I was not impressed at all. Ultimately, He really meant that he didn't eat. So we ended up going to Wingstop, obviously on my dime, for him to get food so he could eat dinner. The very next morning, I got up really early. It was like 4:29 a.m. I remember, and I made him breakfast because I had to be at work at 7. So I wanted to make sure that he had breakfast. It's my birthday, but I wanted to make sure that he had breakfast already. So I made him an omelet, and I cut up assorted fruit and gave him I think I gave him orange juice with it too. And at the time, I was taking Lyft to get to and from work. I wasn't driving. I remember coming into my room, and he was laying down, knocked out sleep, and I was like, hey, here's your breakfast. And then like 2 hours later, I was just like getting ready for work, and I'm like, hey, I'm leaving to go to work. I'm waiting for this man to jump up and say, I will give you a ride to work because it's only in Cherry Hill. It's 8 minutes away exactly. It's my birthday. I'm really thinking this man is going to give me a ride, but I also didn't wait until the last minute to schedule my ride. Canceling it is nothing, but I still scheduled it on, the high likelihood that he was not taking me anywhere because he didn't give a shit. So I told him I'm going to work, and he's like, all right, have a nice shift. You giving me a ride to work would have meant more to me than you giving me flowers that I'm going to struggle to keep alive. When I got to work, it was like 7:14 when he called me, and I heard the inside of his car, like the little, when you open the door and it goes ding, 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 I heard like that alarm going off, and I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, I'm getting ready to go home. So what you're telling me is that you could have taken the initiative to take me to work, and you just chose not to because you don't give a fuck. I was just so disappointed. I was disappointed. I was mad. I really was. Opposed to him refusing to take any accountability, or refusing to say anything kind, I didn't even bring it up. I didn't even bring it up because I'm like, what's the point? What's the point? I know you just don't care. So while I was at work on my birthday, he texted me because he was going to New York for a birthday party, for his daughter's cousin's birthday party. He texted me and he was like, can you send me $60 so I can get a birthday gift for, my little cousin? It's my birthday and you're asking me for money to gift someone else. A child that I have never met. I haven't even met your children. But of course I wouldn't have called it like stupid, but I sent it to him. It wasn't a big deal. It was just insulting. It wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the money amount. It was about the day. It was about it being my day. And you really sat here. Okay. So I sent it to him. The reason I sent it to him was because as a Black person, we know all too well that Black people show up to our parties. We show up to parties and don't bring anything but ourselves. And I didn't want his pride to be hurt, Because sometimes with these functions, people only get to see the surface layer of our lives. Even though they're our family and our friends, they don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. So I didn't want his daughter to be embarrassed, and I didn't want him to be embarrassed by his finances. So I did send him the money to bring a gift for his little cousin to the birthday party so he wouldn't be embarrassed.